Oh, we are on.
We just got on. Like
Okay. Welcome to another episode of Soul Filling, where you get your soul fed. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Kobe.
And today we are talking about whatever we want to talk about, guys. It's kind of a random podcast, so you're going to get the inside of our girl talk. So, ladies, before the podcast even started, we was already talking about what the heck is going on in the world. And I don't know if we're going to know who our president is by Tuesday when this comes out. So who knows? When do y'all think we're going to know?
I need them to come on. I don't know when, but I need them to hurry the hell. Like, I ain't never. I'm like, y'all, with Corona going on, I feel like this is just an excuse, but I digress. I feel like they could have counted. They probably really had to take a little extra time to count some balance, but now I feel like they just prolonging the process. My opinion. But I don't know. I thought we was gonna know by Friday. I was clearly thinking we wasn't gonna leave the election week without knowing. So I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? What you think, Kobe?
Oh, but so what I think though, yeah. I mean, I want them to count every vote, of course, because that's
absolutely
important. But it's just crazy to me because it's like, dang, have y'all not been counting every vote? Like in the past, like how we know so soon, anyways. Like maybe it shouldn't take this long, but you know what I'm about to talk about how Black women came through in the church. Sorry, in the church, because that's what was so amazing to me. Okay, so Stacey Abrams, y'all, I'm so excited that Georgia turned slightly blue. I need to turn all the way blue. But This was a classic to me when I saw what happened, because I was like, dang, it would really be nice if Georgia turned blue. It's not fully blue yet. Let's see, but we're ahead. We're ahead right now, and so I feel like we were watching the game like we ahead right now.
Right, but, I really feel like it's a game.
Girl, but the crazy thing is, to me, this is a classic example of God showing everything works out for our good. Okay, can I get an amen in the building? Okay, let's take you to church real quick. Okay,
hallelujah, Sister Malone.
Okay, tap your name, but it said everything is working out for your good.
Kobe, everything is working out for my good.
And the reason why I say this,
likewise, sister.
And the reason why I say this is because Stacey Abrams, she had that big upset to become governor 2 years ago. So everybody was like voting, and she had this huge thing there was like a lot of corruption because like the actual governor that she was running against was like counting the ballots. So all this happened, she ended up losing by like a hair. And everybody knows it was corrupted. Like she should have won. Period. Point blank. Period. But I feel like this was even more fuel for her to make sure that everybody was registered to vote and making sure everything was going well leading up to this election year, which is 2020. And I read that she was able to register over 800,000 people, like with the help of her in Georgia. And I'm just like, the power of a Black woman. So all these like ballots are coming in, like it's really going to like what she's done and the work that she's done. But like a lot of times we think of things as like failure or why did this happen, God? Like this isn't fair. I should have won that. You don't know that God's preparing you to make a change, an ultimate change for what's coming next. Like I needed you to get your help to get Donald Trump out. And I'm hoping Joe Biden wins so this could be a real testimony. Because right now, We don't know
Yes.
yet. And we don't, Georgia hasn't turned blue yet, but
He won. I'm just speaking
okay,
into existence. You know what I'm talking about?
Joe Biden is president. Kamala Harris is vice president, first black vice president, first woman president, first woman vice president. Come on now. Anyways, so
Right, and then we also got to shout out Menifee. We had him had him on our show earlier. He won in Harris County, the first black DA.
Yes, and the youngest and first black.
Yes,
and
male. Black man can.
A black man can. And you know what I like about him so much? First of all, he was on our podcast and he was so good. Okay, like he was like he was like for the street side while he was also for like the political side. Like he was so balanced. Like he's perfect overall. And so like yes, girl. And I was looking at how he posted that he won. I went to his stories and he had like this Nipsey Hussle music playing. I'm like, okay, yeah, he for the people. I said, okay, he for the community. And so I can't even remember his exact title. Someone look it up. Christian.
He's attorney. Is it district attorney?
Harris County Attorney Elect.
Okay. Yes, attorney.
And then his post after he won, guess what he posted after he won? So he posted he won, and guess what the next post was? Okay, y'all gotta guess. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all don't know because I'm on his Instagram. I know. He posted an appreciation post for his black wife.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
They were in this beautiful field.
Yes. It was just saying like he couldn't have done this without her and stuff like that. So I just thought that was very sweet. And that really made me happy. And then y'all better cut me off because I'm gonna just keep talking. But then I just saw a post today that said because they ain't not playing no games in Georgia, y'all. They ain't playing no games in Georgia. So this is what I saw. And this is from social media, so y'all double check. But it says, Georgians, if you turn 18 by January 5th, 2021, you are eligible to vote in the runoff elections that will determine whether we take control of the Senate from Mitch McConnell. You have until December 7th to register to vote. Please tell your friends. And this is just so important, guys. Like, this is a prime example of like what we've been talking about for the past couple of months about how our votes really matter. Like they matter right now. Like you were seeing, it's coming down to each and every vote counts, and each and every vote that didn't happen counts. You know what I'm saying? And then I just feel like we're becoming so much more educated about like what's going on. Like I never thought, like, you know how we always say like tap into your passions. And I'm like, politics ain't never been my passion. Like I'm gonna do my part and I'm gonna go and do something on the podcast. I'm here to feel your soul. But now I'm like, okay, maybe I should be more into this. And this is because what made me really think about that is because in Pearland, Quentin Wiltz, he was running for mayor again. Like he's been running, and he lost by 40,000 people. Like I think I don't want to give you the exact number, but he lost. He was like he's a young black man who's running for mayor in Pearland, where we all mostly grew up. And he's been running like basically, I don't know, every year, every 2 years. I don't know how often they do it. And the same person has been the mayor for years, this white guy. But this all goes back to say like, okay, maybe I should have campaigned more for him. Like I need to do my part in making sure that the right people get elected and that locally. I do my part in campaigning for them locally. And so I'm like, oh, because it really made me sad. I was like, dang, this man keep running, he keep losing. I'm like, if he run again, I'm going to campaign, or we should start campaigning now, because like I want to know what's happening in Pearland. And then I also want to know like how I can help push the effort forward. But you know, and I always say like with conviction, do what you want. But now I feel a little convicted to be more into it. And I think that's another thing that's working out for our good. So what do you ladies think?
Man, I agree. I feel like this election, and I was telling my students this, basically because they're so wise. They want to know, Miss, who'd you vote for? And I'm like, at work, you know, there's that rule, you can't talk about politics. You're not supposed to discuss politics. You're not supposed to go into, you know, sharing your political biases. And so, of course, I didn't tell them who I voted for, but I did just wanted to educate them, because the person that educated me, and it was one of my high school teachers. It was one that actually made me feel really, really passionate about voting. And I think y'all had her too, Miss Farinacci. She was so passionate about voting and just the political aspect of life. And it's funny because once I left that class, I didn't go right into caring about politics. I don't think I really actually ever truly, truly cared about an election until this one. If I'm being really honest, I voted in the past, but I feel like in the past, it was just parents told me to do it, so I'm just gonna go vote. I feel like it was, you know, the smart thing to do at that time. I didn't put that much effort, but the fact that now it's just something so different. And I think maybe because we're getting to that age where your parents can't just, you know, force you to tell you what to do. It's like you're making up your own decisions, and it's just so important, because I feel like this was great because it causes us to become more informed, make those informed decisions. And when you have to become informed, you have to get involved. So it makes us, it's like giving us back that accountability piece for our community, that true accountability piece for our community. And I love that you mentioned local voting, because that's like, that's what really, really, really matters. And that's something that just goes over our head. I know a lot of times the presidential election, that's the one that get glorified and magnified and like really highlighted. But whatever those votes that happens locally, those are the ones that actually are changing the laws in your community. Those are the ones that are giving funding or taking away funding to certain demographics and things of that nature. So it's like, we want the president, we wag our finger and say, president, do this for us, do this for us. But in actuality, it's the local elected officials that's that's changing the policies, making the policies for the people. And the president is the one that's just checking off, like saying, okay, I see what you have there. It's like, your siblings, you have a proposal and you go take it to parents and be like, Mom, Dad, is this okay? And they say yes or no, right? And so it's like the same situation. So it's like, we have to become, and I just think we already are. This is what I love. Like, this is the most in ever in history. Like, we really out here making history. More votes have ever been casted in history, y'all. And it's just like, wow, we really out here doing this in the middle of a whole pandemic. Like, this 2020, y'all. This has been I can't even find the adjective. I can't even say crazy, because I feel like it's amazing / crazy / weird / every adjective, bittersweet, up, down, like just mind blowing historical moments, like the George Floyd movement, where 60,000 people gathered and congregated in the middle of a pandemic where, you know, we supposed to be social distancing. Like, in a whole pandemic where we supposed to be social distancing, we had the most votes ever casted in history. Like, I was just like something big. The way we coming into 2021, we not coming the same. Like, we a whole new breed if you made it through 2020. Like, I just feel like this monumental moment in history is really going to be a huge stamp, a huge mark in history. And I just got nothing but positive vibes. Like, when I'm leaning toward the election, thinking about the election, I'm not trying to give my energy to Trump. I'm not trying to give it. I'm like, let's not talk about what Trump doing. Let's just feed into what we actually do want to happen. So let's just focus on Biden. Like, I don't want to hear those words come out your mouth, sorry, or ma'am. Okay, let's focus on the energy. Keep growing that energy that we do want to manifest. And I honestly think I'm really confident that we are gonna prevail and things are gonna, flow in the way we want them to go.
Girl, you make me want to sing a spirit.
There's a lot of people out here who scared, y'all. There's a lot of people out here who scared. There's a lot of people out here who just like, if the decision is what it is, God is our true leader, So it's just like, nah, man, people's lives are going to be affected by this, That funding is real, when you have certain leadership in place, think about the government funded entities who rely on, granted things, and that changes when you have different leadership, so it's real. It's real for some people.
It's super real,
a lot
guys.
of us.
Because I briefly read this headline, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, because I gotta tell you, I didn't go dig deep into it, but I read this headline that Joe Biden he recommitted that he's really gonna do student loan forgiveness, I think up to $10,000. And I'm just like, yo, that's huge. That's like, how many people need that? How many people could that help propel into not having to worry about that bill now that they could use that money to put a down deposit on a house, or to eat, or to get a car? It's just like so many things. And I just feel like now that, 2020, Jazz, you was talking about all the things about like 2020 has been weird, it's been crazy and all this stuff. And I know y'all heard this before, but y'all gonna hear it again. How we talked about, 2020, clear vision, clarity, alien, this thing, because 2020 vision. But we didn't know it was gonna come in the form of a pandemic. We didn't know it was gonna come in the form of overt racism. We didn't know if it was gonna come in a form of like us really sitting our ass down for our inner selves to see like, wait, is this the life that I want? And so it's so much clarity, but clarity isn't always, so just because you're clear on something doesn't mean it's all roses and butterflies and petals. Getting clear on something is going to reveal the truth. And that's what happened in 2020. It revealed the truth that a lot of people didn't see. It revealed the real, deeply rooted racism, systematic oppression, like people out here really not caring about people's lives. Like it revealed that almost less than half the country still wants people to be in bondage. So, but I'm gonna say that more than half wants to change. So I'm leaning on so much hope, but just because we have clarity on something doesn't mean it's all roses, but it gives us the clear sight to see how could we change and move forward in life. And so I'm feeling like, y'all, we go through things in life, and we went through things right now. We're going through things right now as a world, but I just feel like God will prevail, and we're going to be able to make real change. Also, it needs to be unveiled so we can change. Like I was saying earlier, like we have gone years and years and years. Well, a lot of us have gone years and years and years without knowing what's happening in the political system. We don't know. We like, okay, just y'all go ahead and elect that Democrat. Okay, we good. We don't know what they doing. Oh, okay, we don't know what they doing. But now we elected. Now Joe Biden. When we elect Joe Biden, this is how we gonna be standing. So now what are you gonna do? So are we gonna get that loan forgiveness? Are we gonna be letting people out of prison wrongly convicted? Are we gonna be cracking down on police reform? Like, what? We're gonna be the one pushing the agenda. At first, a lot of us didn't know, but now a lot of us are like, oh, who's giving the money out? I got a nonprofit. I'm gonna need some of that grant money, sir. What's up? Okay, anyways, yeah. But that's how I'm feeling. And so now we're in the know. We have to be in the know. So we could get this money, so we could get this change, so we can know who to elect and what was that voting record, sir? I'm gonna need you to turn that around if you want my vote again. Okay. So it's really turning into a true democracy because where it's not being hidden. Now we have insight. So now we can know, I'm with it or I'm not with it. So yeah, I feel real.
Girl,
I feel like they see the real me now.
so real. It's so real. And it's interesting and it's crazy how, you know, for white people, their thing is like, oh, I didn't know there was racism in this country. And we've been sitting here like, this is what we've been trying to tell you. You didn't know we've been going through this our whole lives. You just, oh my gosh, this is what's going on in the world. It's just like this. Oh, wow. Right. And then for us as Black people, the revelation is, oh, wow, like, you know, we can really change some things if we show up, if we have an agenda, if we have these numbers, if we, you know, push in politicians to make changes, you know, that is, you know, where we are finally like, oh, okay. I see white people like, yeah, this is what we've been doing. We've been paying people and we've been doing this. So it's clear. It's just, like you said, 2020 has shown us what we need to do, how we need to go about things. And it's just, it's dope as hell. It is. It is.
Man, that's so true. Like the unveiling process has just been, it's been beautiful. I'm gonna claim the beauty out of it because, like J. Cole say, it's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. And so we had to go through some crazy times. Like it has not been no fun journey. It has not been like having to lose and like having it magnetized on TV, seeing our brothers and sisters, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, like, and those are just a few. But and it's crazy to me because it's like this has happened in 2019, this has happened in 2018, but something about 2020, and I think it was because we were quarantined. The world had nothing else to do but look and see what America has been doing. Like at other times, like, you know, the world was just moving so fast. We were in our own thing, like we were in our own tunnel vision way of life, like working on your business, going to your job, taking care of your responsibilities, to where the things that were happening, you didn't have to just sit and look and face what was going on. So that's why I think it has created that huge shock factor for the white people that are like, you know, wow, like, and I sincerely believe a great large number of white people, they really did not know. And it's crazy. And Black people, we just have to be compassionate and understand them, to be like, okay, to educate, because it's like we're living two different realities. White America and Black America, we just have to be honest, is completely different. White privilege does exist in America, but I think that this 2020, this unveiling of things, and this is why people are fighting so hard. This is why this election means so much, because it's like, this is the fight to unveil all the wrong and try to go in the right direction, or this is to keep things, this is saying that, or it's either to say that everything that's going on is okay. Because if you have a leader of your country that says, I think the police are doing a fine job, I see no flaw in our what is it, our law enforcement system. Like, for you to sit there and say something, and you're supposed to be leading not just a certain demographic of people, you're supposed to be making sure you serve and protect the entire country, and that includes us as Black people. And for you to say something like that as our leader, I mean, if you are president of the United States, you're supposed to be our leader as well. And for you to sit there and just undermine who we are as a people and say that, I think, you know, law enforcement is doing a fine job, and clearly record numbers show that it's a disproportionate rate to how, you know, African Americans are treated, and not just even talking about going to the depths of them killing African American people, which that is horrible. Just normal treatment, like a normal traffic stop, pulling people out, doing searches when it was no probable cause. Like, it's just the little things. Like, we deserve as people of this land, this country that has built this country. I just think our rights are come, it's swinging, and I just love and I just love how everyone everyone is really starting to see this. White people, Black people, Hispanic people, any demographic of person is seeing that, you know, I have friends that I truly, truly associate with, and they are Black, and they are good people. And why are they being treated like this? It's like, this don't make no sense. Like, and it just becomes so normalized. It has become so normalized. But I honestly think this has all been a great setup, the greatest setup ever in history for us to propel and push forward like never before. It's like, I feel like we catapulting up in here. Like it's really about to be a great rising. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm going on a tangent now because I just see so much beautiful change. I really, really do, y'all. I really do. And it just starts with us being involved. And that's what I'm loving more than anything, being more involved and more informed.
I love that. Being more involved and being more connected to other people. And y'all know I'm black, blackity black, but I'm so glad that you brought up white people, because it's true. A lot of them don't know. They didn't know. And like you were saying, like, I ain't know how you ain't know, but honestly, a lot of white people didn't know. And so I am appreciative of the white people that are doing the work, that are unlearning and doing their due diligence to unlearn and make a change. And then, like, I always talked about this when I used to work at Be Busy, like, you know, white people are the majority, I think. But, you know, a lot of them had to vote for Biden for us to get here. A lot of white people walked and marched and protest with us. Abolitionists literally house slaves. So, you know, I always, you know, when I struggle sometimes, I always go back to that. And like, there are a lot of good white people out there, to be honest. They're just so nice. I work with so many of them now and they're just so sweet and so nice. And they check on me. They make sure I'm good, even though we work remotely. And it's just like, it's good to be just open to good people. What I always say is, like, I buy Black and I buy from good energy. And that's the most important. Like, doesn't matter what race you are, that good energy and just doing what's right in the world, that's what's attractive to me. And that's what's going to need to change the world. And that's what we're going to need to be collectively as a human species. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just feel a little different. I feel different. Not say that.
I agree. No, you know? I totally agree. And it's like that there are some really amazing people. And that's why I really want to, you know, pinpoint on, like, this is not a white versus Black thing. This is a good versus evil. Like, that's what it is, period. And I understand. I can imagine what it's like being white and you're being brought up in this certain environment, and this is all you know. And so you're taught, remember, all of this is taught behavior. And so it has to be a little difficult to be that one white person, or maybe not one, but the small group of white people at Thanksgiving. Like, your whole family has always voted Republican, has always supported Republican campaign, no matter. And this is the crazy thing about politics. Some people are just so diehard Democrat or so diehard Republican, it don't matter sometimes what the candidates say. They can be like, everybody go jump out of an airplane right now, no parachute. And you go, like, I'm voting for that person. But but it has to be very challenging, though, to vote against your own mom, to vote against your own father, like the things that they have taught you. But it takes courage. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of, I don't know, it just takes a lot of courage to say, the way that things are, I can see them for what they are, and I'm choosing to take this stand. And, you know, think about it, you could be ostracized out of your family for, like, you know, it gets real, and especially if you're supporting and going against the grain. So I do commend any person that is really, really standing for the cause. And because I can only imagine how hard that must be. You gotta keep your political views to yourself at Thanksgiving. Because I work with white people, amazing white people. Like, oh my gosh, my principal and my vice principal, they are like the most amazing people ever. And I like one of my vice principals, he just left on last year because he got promoted, and he's now a principal at his own school. And when I tell y'all, this man is was one of the most sweetest persons, like one of my favorite people to see that light of my day. Like I couldn't wait to go see such and such every day. And so it's just like, now that they're not here, it's just like I just missed them. And I'm just like, this is like you were saying, Tiffany, this is an energy thing. Like I was even almost in the point of like tearing up when they left, because, you know, this was the person that hired me on, that took a chance on me, that was like, you know, you are amazing for our students, saw the good, found ways to like compensate me when, you know, I wasn't qualified in certain areas at the time. So it's just like, people take a chance on good people. People see energy. And so I feel like, honestly, Black people, we have to have that discernment, that energy, to be receptive to the energy. And because like you said, white people are the majority. And whether we want to accept that or not, we still need one another. We still need one another until I don't know. We just need one another. And especially if they're good energy, especially if they have good energy, why not support and coexist with the people that really do sincerely care, no matter what the color of their skin is. And I just think, yeah, right is right, wrong is wrong. And you have to see that for what it is.
Absolutely. Togetherness is just so important. Good energy, positive energy. It is what it is. It just is what it is. It doesn't mean that we don't, you know, in our lives. So it's such a difference. Just it doesn't mean that I won't continue to put Black people on, like, since we have been so oppressed. There's a lot of work that will be done, and that's where my energy is going. But white people are helping out, and I'm here for it. Okay, you know, I even got like, this is so funny. A person DM me and asked me, a white person, let me just put it all out there. A white person DM me and asked me if they could shop at Black Market. She's like, I don't want it to be weird. I just want to support the Black people. I was like, girl, all is welcome. Please come. Look, that's gonna help us push the dollar, the Black dollar forward. We don't just need Black dollars. We need we want the Hispanic dollar. We want the white dollar, the Asian dollar. Every dollar counts, because you know, it's just gonna help us be better in an economic state. And I'm just here for just loving people. I was on, yeah, I was watching Shameless Maya's Instagram stories, and there she was like, y'all could ask me anything. And so one of the people say, like, do you still follow Jesus Christ? Like, she's like, yes, of course. Like, of course, I still follow Jesus Christ. Like, that's, you know, I feel like he's the way. I'm like, it's my girl. She said, but she's like, I believe love is the answer for everything. And like, no matter what religion you have, no matter what thought processes you may have, it always has to go back to leading with love and kindness. What's sincere in your heart? Like, honestly, like, I want everybody to be a follower of Jesus Christ, you know, be saved and all that. But I want everyone to lead with love. You know, Jesus is a representation of true love. He wasn't judging nobody. He was literally out there in the slums. Like, he was helping the people who were just doing the most. But he said, I love you. I don't care what you've done. I'm here to save you. And so it's just like, we don't be thinking like that. We be like, oh, you are gross and irritating and bad, and look what you've done, and how can I dare help you? But nah, God's like, nah, them too. I need you to help them too. I need you to give them love too. So it's just like leading with love is the answer. Period, point blank, period, snap, comma, exclamation point.
Yes, I think that's beautiful. Thinking about that, leading with love, one thing that this pandemic has kind of revealed to me is, just the aspects of love. You know, I used to think that like cheating was the worst thing a man could do. And it's still pretty like high on that list. Like it's there. Like I'm not just saying, look, you can go cheat and you can, have all these other qualities and and I'm just gonna accept it. No, but it's just like that is not, it's just, this pandemic has shown me that that's not the worst thing that they can do. Is negligence, is they cannot support you, they cannot love you like you should be loved. Like it's a lot more to the dynamics that I'm seeing now, that as a young minded person I was just like, even as a woman I felt like if you're loyal, then this man should worship you. He should cherish you. And, but it's like, no, it's so much more to a relationship than just loyalty. Like, are you thinking, like you said, Tiff, are you leading with love? Are you thinking about when you're doing certain actions, is it coming from a place of love? Or are you coming from a place of dominion? And I want to dominate the situation. I want to manipulate this situation. Or is it coming from a place of, oh, since last time you did this, I'm going to do it. Is it coming from a tit-tat type of a place? Is it coming from, just a self-centered place, a selfish place, like just how are your actions being portrayed? You might have the best intentions, but, deep down inside, like, why you're doing certain things and why you're in a relationship or why you are, I don't know, like you just know your intentions, if that makes sense. And I don't know, that has been heavy on my mind lately, just for relationships and men.
No, that's real. That is real because you're right. You do want to, and I think you hit it when you say intent. It's what is your intentions on how you value something or someone. How are you expressing the way you value? Are you, like you said, are you neglecting by not taking that action to really truly show that person that, like, it's like a commitment. And of course every day is not going to be perfect, but are you committed to, because you could be loyal but be a really crappy person to be around, just miserable out your mind, just like, I'm ready to go, you ain't cheating, but you are not appreciating me, you are not valuing me, you are not, and you could just be completely in a state of feeling drained, of feeling like I'm not meant to be here. This life, it got to be green on the other side. It got to be light at the end of this tunnel. But because that, you just really have to think about your intentions and how you are valuing the people around you, and are you truly valuing them from a place of love? And if not, some changes need to be made. Simple as that. Yeah. But I did want to go back to when Tiffany brought up economics, and I really wanted to talk about this in its especially for our Black people, because sometimes me and Tiff, we joke about this. Sometimes our Black people, we too woke. We are too woke. I understand. I was one of them too woke Black people. When I went through my awakening stage, I think it's levels. We go through stages in our life. And sometimes we so woke, like Tiffany said, we need to take a nap. We need to go back to sleep real quick. Hit the snooze. Because we too woke. And sometimes when like now let's talk about economics and how some Black people can be so woke and we confide ourselves in this small box at times, and this could really damper our true advancement, our true progression. Of course, Black people, we want to make sure we intentionally support Black people. But I'm going back to when you were saying a white person asked, could they support the Black market as well, Black people, Black vendors, Black entrepreneurs. And there are some people like, oh no, the best thing Black people can do is only like we're trying to go back to segregation and we can only support one another. And because we were thriving back then, and no, I'm not going to take that away from us. But if we're really trying to grow and reach billions and millions and trillions of people, it's like, why would we discriminate or shut off someone that wants to support the beauty? We don't see Beyonce telling people that you can't support us. We don't see like, only Black people come to this concert. If only Black people could come to that concert, the arena might not be filled. I'm just saying, like, it might be a small demographic. So it's just like, if we're trying to really, really, really move people and get people to understand who we are and show people our greatness, we have to be welcoming and open to all people. And then that's really and not trying to say that we should not love ourselves first and put our culture first. That definitely should be the forefront. But I think that's what will gravitate the right people to you, because you have such pride and such love for your people. Like, I'm trying to think of an example, but I just know that people will see you doing and shining and thriving in your work for your people, and that will cause them to love you and want to support you. You don't have to say I'm doing this for my people, so therefore my people must come. All people will support your movement as long as you're being genuine and as long as you're doing the work, if that makes sense. And so it just think about examples. Like, we buy from China. Not saying I don't like Trump, even though I'm pretty sure they don't got the great relationship right now, but they still gonna sell us some stuff. We still gonna have everything made in China around us, because they thinking about that Monet for real. And so we have to, like, if we're thinking about generational wealth, think about all the beauty supply stores. Everyone, the majority of all of them are owned by Asian descended countries, because they're marketing to a demographic that will produce money. So we have to take that emotional bias or that colorism bias off of who we market to, and so that we can be more expansive, if that makes sense. Because the rest of the cultures are hip, and they got on to like, okay, we're not trying to say this is only for one small culture. Why say that when we can expand and be a global culture?
Yeah, I think both.
Culture.
I think both, because Black culture is everyone's culture, to be
it's
honest.
The world culture.
It's world culture, and it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But what matters is making sure that Black people got money and that they have businesses. And if they want to just cater to Black people, because it's like a hair product that's for Black people, I'm sure they're not going to say, hey, I want to use this shea butter that's for my hair, for my skin. You can't buy it. And I'm like, I'm going to take this money. Okay. So it's just like, it's okay to gear things towards Black people, but it's also okay to get support from others. But I did want to go back to what Kobe was saying. I know we're like jumping around, but this is an episode where we talk about everything. But I really wanted to talk about what Kobe was talking about with like cheating in relationships, and it really brought up something for me with forgiveness and discernment, because I think, like, I was listening to this podcast with Kevin State. Nope, it wasn't them. It was Belief in Fatherhood and his wife. I don't remember her name. I think her name's Yvette. But anyways, Believe in Fatherhood. They have a podcast called How Married Are You? And they were like, what would cause you to leave me? Like if you cheated on me, would you leave me? And they both were going back and forth. Like if they cheated on each other, would they leave each other? And their ultimate decision was probably like, yeah, I would definitely probably leave you because I couldn't deal with it on the inside. Like every time I would look at you, but they're like, at the end of the day, I don't really know. And I feel like there's not a one shoe fits all thing for relationships. It's really based on discernment. Are you able to forgive and move forward? Or will it never get better? And that's a decision that is going to be a base by base, because there are couples that have been through people who've cheated on them and they're thriving, and then other people that stay together and they're unhappy. You have to think about what's making you happy. Am I able to move forward? Am I able to forgive this person? Has that person actually changed, or is that person going to continuing hurting me? And at the end of the day, you have to choose yourself, and then you also have to choose. And when I say yourself, choose yourself in the fact that, am I going to be happy? Is this relationship good for my soul and for my body and for my family? Is this something I want to be committed to? Is this something I'm willing to work on? If it's yes, 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 go for it. Is it no, 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 no? You need to back off. If it's yes, no, no, yes, no, go to therapy. You could probably go to therapy for all of them. So you could figure it out, but also and pray and ask for discernment, because there's just things that you know when you know. So, when people say like, and this ain't no motherfucking scapegoat for niggas to cheat, and I'm just gonna be real with that, because ain't none of that. But I just want to say, like, there's not a one size fit all, like this person messed up and now they're forever a bad person, or it can't work, or they don't value you. It's just like, you just really have to, you gotta know what's good for y'all and what's not good for y'all, and if y'all can move forward in a progressive, positive way. This is coming from the person who's been single for 5 years, but I digress.
No, that's real. And and that comment, I chose to say cheating just because that was something that was strong to me. But it's the same situation that I was talking about, leading with love, and the dynamics of relationships is not just between a marriage or a relationship of man and a woman. It's father son, daughter father, just all the family ties, grandmother, grandson, grandmother, and granddaughter, all of it. Is it coming from, like, we really have, this pandemic has just taught me, how are you thinking about the relationships and how you move with people? Are you just doing stuff because you like, oh, I'm gonna do this right now because I know in the future, this person is gonna do this for me, like, are you the type of person who is just like, I'm trying to think of some father, mother type role things. This is my house, my TV. I'm going, watch it whenever I want to watch it, type, what type of person are you? I'm gonna go buy me some food, but everybody else, y'all on y'all own. Y'all gotta figure it out. I'm gonna cook just for me. I'm gonna cook this one meal. Everybody else hungry in the house, but I'm just, gonna fix my food and that's it. And everybody else, y'all got it, y'all figure it out. But when somebody else cook, they cook for, the family. You eat, you like, oh, this is for everybody, okay, let me go and get my plate too, like, it's right. All of it. It's every aspect of a relationship. Like I said, I just chose to pinpoint that. But even, in each role, there is, there were things that I thought that were more important than others, but what I'm saying is just like, there's so many different aspects to it. And it really boils down to, are you leading with like your intentions, and are you leading with love?
Yeah, that really made me, because when you brought it up, it made me think about yesterday. So Black Market Houston was yesterday. If y'all don't know about Black Market, just come to Black Market Houston. It's fun. Okay. And so basically, Be Busy is the company I used to work for. If y'all heard in the prior podcast, I was not feeling them, did not get promoted when I felt I needed to be promoted, felt like I was getting the runaround, blah, 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 blah. But y'all know at the end of the day, I want to be busy to thrive. I still love every single person there. And that really became evident to me yesterday because they reached out to me and was like, hey, can we come do HIV testing at Black Market Houston? And I had to tell them, like, because I know like we're sold out for the rest of 2020. So I was like, you have to email vendor support. And so they ended up letting them be able to come. And so I was so excited because it's very important for Black people to be tested for HIV because we're the ones that suffer from it the most, even though we are only 13% of the country. We are still the ones with the most cases and percentage wise. But what I'm saying is I was so happy to see everyone and at the end of the day, it didn't matter anymore. Like what happened, it didn't matter because like I still know the CEO is amazing. I still know all my different managers, they have a good intent. And just because like, you know how people say like, I had good intentions, but just your good intentions did not stop you. Doesn't mean that what you do doesn't hurt me. And so since I knew that like a lot of things that people did was based in love or sometimes in fear or just not in evil, just it's enough. And so I got to meet the new social media girls and I'm like, they are so adorable and cute. And I'm just happy that Eric has people that are gonna liven up his day. And we were just chatting with them and just having so much fun and just made me think like, I was like, I need to come volunteer when y'all have summer camp. And even some of the summer camp kids were there from summer camp. And I was like, oh my God, do y'all remember me? They're like, how could I not remember you? And I was like, oh my God, I just love them so much. And it's just like, it's all based in love. So even when, and I'm not saying like, I think forgiveness is for yourself, but also it's just better to love. I don't know. And I'm not saying like forgive because that's like minuscule. I know people have to forgive people for other huge things I don't even have answers for. But I just know that it felt good to not have any hate or any feelings, any bad feelings toward a company that I love so much and that is doing good for the world. So I don't know. I just felt so happy.
That's good. That's really good. And I think more of the world, we really should lean toward not holding grudges, especially when things are not even done with ill intentions, because it saves you a lot of unnecessary stress and heartache or just that feeling of I don't know, that weird feeling of when you have to go around people that you felt like didn't treat you the best or didn't not even necessarily treat you the best, that didn't uphold to the expectation that you thought that they should have had. And that's what it is. Cause I feel like they treated y'all really good. And so and I think that and I think we talked about this in one podcast about how our expectations can truly, they can either stop us from what is it? They can really stop us from living a life of happiness and not even of happiness, but they can really put a damper in between relationships that still are supposed to flourish and still are supposed to thrive, because we have these own expectations set up on certain people and we want them to adhere to them. And so I definitely think those expectations, I won't say throw your expectations away, but really, really, really check your expectations, really monitor your expectations and see are we overreacting? Because I know a lot of times we can be very, very reactive and we can hold on to our way of doing things, our way of wanting things to be done, so much so to the point where we can really miss out on some really good relationships there after the fact. And so I love that relationships are still growing for you in spite of what the past, and who knows, now you can really, and y'all can really make monumental change together. And that's what it's about, letting those expectations go so that that togetherness can still thrive.
Definitely, because like hate holds back progression, or grudges holds back joy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Kobe or Jazz, y'all could do something, which y'all probably never will. But if y'all had done something to me, this one thing, and I'm mad, but you like, and you want to continue the our best friend relationship, it's just like, what are you gonna be mad and holding a grudge, and just after this person is like, they didn't even mean to do that or whatever. So you're staying in your grudge and that animosity, and you're not able to move forward. And some people think that they have to hold on to the animosity, the grudging. You don't have to do that. You could actually not even talk to that person again. You could actually move on in your life, or you could actually decide, hey, let's be friends. But at the end of the day, you don't stay here. Don't stay like this. Gotta let go either way, and move forward. So both, I don't even worry about the other person. So you yourself could have joy, could have light, could have clarity to move forward and get the things that God really wants for you. Because if you stay here, why are you so tight? Why are you so mad? I mean, depending on the level of things, but if it's some petty shit, where you going? Where we going? Where we going? Because I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here.
That's funny.
I don't like not liking people. Y'all know that.
No, I agree. I agree. Like, just nip it in the butt and just like, let's just keep it moving.
Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at you long. But you know what though? What I realized, like, because I was thinking about this, I was like, dang, I really like don't care. I'm really happy. But I was like, dang, why can't I stay mad at people? Because I love to love people. I rather love you than hate you. You know, I rather love you. But I also know, like, for me, my decision was to leave though. You could still love people and leave. That's what I did for that company. It's like, and even in like relationships that are failed or something like that, it's like, oh, you know, I love you, but I have to leave, but I still love you. You still need something? I still love you. I can still help you out until my man comes. then I have to focus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like, you could love and leave, and you could love and stay. It's just discernment at the end of the day. Discernment.
Because some people, they can't love and love from afar and still have somebody back. Next thing you know, they back in their relationship, sucked in. So don't do that. If you know you can't draw boundaries.
I thought you were gonna say something else. You said sucked in. I said suck. What?
No.
I said, wait, you taking it too far. It's so feeling.
PG. PG-13. Nah, it's like PG-16.
Right? It's like PG-21.
Right. Right. The songs these kids listen to at 13, I don't know. They might can tune in too.
You know what? They know the real, because the way they be talking.
Right.
Anyways.
Nah. Yeah.
But that's really all I got. I mean, y'all got anything else y'all's coming up for y'all? I know this was like a super random. Y'all talking about anything and everything, because we need to give y'all that real tea today. That real tea.
The real. I think we talked about everything that. Oh, I want to talk about this reset that's about to happen in January. No, and when I say reset, New Year's, I feel like New Year's is just like one of our reset moments. And I think God knew what he was doing, or the Mayans, whoever created the calendar, God that gave the Mayans the knowledge to create that calendar, knew that we needed a reset button. We needed January to be able to just, okay, we're going to regroup, we're going to recenter, and let's go get it again. So I'm looking forward to January. It'll be here like where's the year? Like, it's came and it's gone, and now we here. I'm ready for it. I'm ready because, yeah, I love a good New Year reset where you get to realign, see, have you accomplished your goals or what goals you're gonna get set. I'm already planning for my New Year's. As we can see, I got some big things, especially from that last podcast when we were talking about what's that thing that you feel like that you just need to be doing, that itch you can't scratch. And I'm moving into making some big moves, y'all, but I can't talk about it. I gotta be about them. So I'll tell y'all when to be continued. So
She said, I'm gonna tell y'all when it's done, okay?
Tell y'all when it's done. I ain't about to tell y'all what I'm about to do. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did.
Okay. A quote.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
I love that. I feel like it's a reset too, and because I'm excited, and I just want to say this. Soul Filling Podcast called it out, okay? Back in January-ish, December-ish. I remember, maybe February-ish. All I know is we had a podcast called Paradigm Shifts, and we said shifts are going to happen. And did they or did they it? They did. And and sometimes like we're on this shift, like, but in order to shift, like you have to move, like things gotta move and stuff. But now it's like things are moving, and now it's just like, okay, calm down in your mind, and now it's like, okay, things are okay, this is the temperature, this is all right. Okay, I figured out, oh, this is what I want to do. Oh, yeah, this is what I want for life. Okay, this is how I need to move in the political system. Now it's time to regroup and really take everything that's shooking us up and put it on paper and put it on a vision board and put it in prayer and activate it. But we gotta get it all out and start to work on that stuff. And it's going to be new things. It's going to be new, great things, refreshing things that are going to change and impact the world, impact yourself inside, impact your family. It's going to be great, guys. So I'm excited for what's happening in y'all's lives, in Jasmine's life, and Kobe's life. You literally bringing life. So this is a huge reset. You said, bloop, bloop. It's a baby boy. That's the ultimate reset. You're resetting into a new step into motherhood. So I'm just so excited for everyone and you guys, soulmates. What's your reset? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
This has been great.
The last thing I gotta say is just, look, y'all cannot, you cannot have dominion over a situation if you keep running from it. So that's the last thing I'm gonna leave with the people.
Somebody needed to hear that, and I think that somebody was me.
Kobe,
you gotta face it. You got to face it.
Can I tell y'all a story? Because you ain't about to just say the little secret and then we don't not talk about it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Kobe, how dare you come all up in to my space, in my heart, in my mind, because literally this has happened since high school. And I'm just gonna say it when it comes to men, but this comes to a lot of things that make me uncomfortable. Like, if I like you, I will avoid you. Like, I will run away. But I had to tell myself the other day, girl, stop running away. Stop running away from uncomfortableness, from things that you want but you're scared of, And so it's just like, even like messages, like someone was sending me a message and I'm like, I don't really know what to say. I'm scared of a response, like, so I take so long to think of it. Girl, if you don't answer that message And it's just like, what else? Ooh, we should do a podcast on like, what are you running away from? Because I think that's something that we all deal with. Like, girls, stop running. Boys, sir, ma'am, stop running. Because you're running away from your destiny.
Girl. Yeah.
Girl, drops mic. So feeling out. Period. Oh no, that was
I'm good. I'm so glad you say that. What are you running away from?
What are you running away from? What are y'all running away from? Soulmates. All right. Whew. So what time is it? It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Y'all, this is your first time on Soul Feeling Podcast. We always end our podcast with a positive affirmation. So what the heck is in positive affirmation? A positive, okay, I'm sorry. Kobe just brought her doggy on the screen. I just got melted. Okay. A positive affirmation is anything that transforms your life. Either you transforming your life for the good or you transforming your life for the not so good. In the Bible, it states, let the weak say, you got to say it, y'all. Key word here. You got to say. It says, let the weak say, I am strong. So on those days when you're not feeling like your best self, you feeling sick and tired, you just feeling not up to, you still have to speak positive things over your life. It's 3 of us, and I'm affirming that there are millions, billions, trillions of y'all out there tuned in, and we're going to go ahead and end this thing off. Right. So who wants to go first?
I'll go. I am like, no laughing. I am embodying the spirit of David when he faced Goliath, because I am no longer running away from what scares me. Okay.
I am living my best life.
I am powerful.
Yes, indeed. All right, guys. Y'all know what time it is. Oh, it's not affirmation time, but it is time for us to go. But before you go, you know you got to. We was already talking about all these support Black people. Well, support these Black people, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that whatever button that keeps you tuned in to our podcast. We are on Spotify. We are on Google Play. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on SoundCloud, and of course, we are on the YouTube. And you might want to tune in to look at all of our facial expressions because we be going in. But most importantly, I need you guys to listen on Apple Podcasts. This is very important. Come closer. Listen louder. All right. Yes. Okay. Turn the volume up because we need you to go to Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating and rating and write something soulful and sweet so we can continue to grow on the list of podcasts so more people can to hear us. It's going to just help us higher in our rankings, and we're going to be better about promoting that. But anyway, what did Jasmine say? It's not what we going to say we're going to do. I'm going to let y'all know when it's done, okay? And that's that on that. I love you guys.
All right, guys. Until next time, we love y'all.